This man burst onto the scene back in 1985 as Russian boxer Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. He then went on to make the best Punisher movie, despite remake after remake in 1989, and Showdown in Little Tokyo is a personal classic of mine. I'm very happy to be sitting opposite Mr. Dolph Lundgren.
Hey, thanks,
How are
man.
you?
Pleasure.
The Expendables. Tell me about your character, Gunnar Jensen.
Why, he's crazy. He's out of control, homicidal. He's actually a pretty good guy, I think, but he's just seen too much death and destruction. He's had too many drinks, maybe a few other things too. He's been inhaling. And you just let him loose with a large caliber weapon and you're in trouble. And that's basically what happens in the movie, you know, in the beginning. And my boss, played by Sly Stallone, has to sort of rein me in, but it doesn't work. So I end up going my own way. And then I come back and it has a few interesting turns, which is kind of what I like the character.
He's a little bit loopy, but funny and charming kind of at the same time. Yeah, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think, you know, you kind of come off hopefully wanting to see more of him, but even though he is a bit crazy and, you know, but you'd probably want him on your side in a battle, because he'd be a good guy if he's on your side.
Well,
Not so good if he's against
you.
Absolutely.
The opening scene in the film.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Sly had changed our scene a lot. He rewrote it many times, and he shot it a certain way. He recut it a little bit, but the big moment is when his crazy Swede shows up and kind of just ends all the conversation by just liquefying this person, you know.
There's a couple of big action sequences with you in it.
Yeah.
One of them was the car chase, driving the car, chasing Stallone's character.
Yeah.
And another one was you and Jet Li.
Yeah.
Friends that had a little falling out. And if anyone was wondering who would win in a fight with you and Jet Li, I guess they should just go watch the movie, yeah?
I think so, yeah. I don't want to say anything. I just got the slight height advantage over him.
Is that ill? Yeah, he was good at close quarter, but hey, when it came to... Okay, I'm not going to say anything either. I don't want to spoil it for anyone else.
Please don't, no.
The dialogue is so well written.
Yeah, thanks.
Very, very funny. You've got some funny lines in it. You know, the whole I'm good, I'm still good, and all of that. How are you comfortable dealing with comedy?
In real life, maybe as you know, as an actor, I haven't done that much comedy. I must have been killing people, you know, for 20 years. And saying like some stupid one-liners, you know. But these one-liners are more clever, written by Sly Stallone, and he wanted the character to be funny, kind of entertaining, and talking very quickly, and things I really haven't done before. So that was cool. It was a nice experience, and it seems to work, you know. So hopefully I'll do it again.
The action in the film is so believable.
Yep.
Why do you think a film like this can be made all of a sudden like this when all of the other action movies, they're full of CGI, and yet this is the movie that works really well when it comes to action?
Sly had a cool idea, and like, you know, like you said, he tried to do the modern thing. It didn't work. He only knows this type of film, and very few guys have been in so many of them like he has, you know, maybe Clint Eastwood. And look, Clint Eastwood did Gran Torino last year, I think, or 2 years ago, and that was real old school, maybe even more than this. And he's a 78-year-old guy beating these kids up, and it worked, you know. So it still works. You just got to make a good story and come up with a good story and put the right guys in it, which I think we have in this film. What
kind of shape were you in physically coming into this film?
Well, I was in really good shape because I knew I was up against a few tough guys, you know. These boys aren't that small. I mean, there's some big boys in there, and I was trying to, you know, do some more weights, kind of beef up. I was about 10 pounds heavier then. Now I do more martial arts like I usually do, and you get a little more thin, you know, a little more cut. But I was trying to get the arms up a little bit and the shoulders because I was standing next to those guys. So.
But you look massive in the film.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, the camera makes you look bigger too, but yeah, I was a bit bigger, yeah.
Sly sustained some infamous injury. Did you sustain any injuries doing your action sequences?
Just some minor things. Got punched in the face a few times. That was it, by Jet Li. And what else? I had some surgery on my elbow. Nothing serious. Just the usual.
So Jet Li got a couple into you, yeah?
Yeah, he missed a few times. And then I had a big scene after that. Actually, in the first little fight, he missed. And then, he missed, he hit me, actually. And then I had to put this knife against his throat in the next scene. It's a huge knife, and he doesn't know me. Anyway, he hadn't met me before. So I could see him like, oh shit, here we go. It comes to revenge, you know, so like, but it was okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Getting all these guys together, all in one place, what's that like?
Well, it's fantastic. It is different, and it kind of makes you want to work really hard because you got all of these tough guys everywhere you look, there's a famous face, and it's unusual on a film set. Usually you have a star, maybe co-star, you know, some chick and bad guy, whatever. But no, it was really inspiring. And you know, after I signed, all these other characters kept kind of piling on. You know, it was then at the end was of course Bruce Willis and Schwarzenegger, and they made it even cooler. So. Yeah, it's a cool experience to be part of it, really.
If you're going to make this kind of comeback, The Expendables is the film to make it in.
Yeah.
I know you've written, directed and starred in a film yourself, The Mechanic. You've got Icarus coming up, so best of luck with that.
Thanks, man.
And I hope to see you soon, man. Let's see more of you, yeah?
Thanks. I hope so.
I hope so as well.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dolph.
Cool.